no. Oh, are we fishing here tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Are we?
I feel like I saw a seagull over there.
Oh, Stormy, mate. Look at these coming in.
Another one.
We're going to fish tonight's high tide here only because we could fish from the car and it's safe. Look at this beast. Here we go. We might get wet. It's about 3 hours after high tide now as well, so yeah, we're going to come here tonight, and the reason being so I can park the car over there and we can sit in the car and we're safe. We might get soaked, but we're safe. That's the main thing. See if we can pull a fish from out here tonight. Wow, look at that. Here's a whopper. Here's a whopper. Ah! We must be mad. Yeah, what do you think of that? Me and little John grab a go here. As I say, you're totally safe here. The wind is blocked from the Great Orme. It's the only place you can fish when it's rough and windy like this with a southwesterly. So I'm going to come and give it a couple hours later. There's big splashes coming up, but you are totally, totally safe. Unless you stand on the wall and jump over, you're safe. I would never bring you anywhere. Plus, you'll be sat in the car probably drawing anyway. Oh, that was a big one, wasn't it, mate? Well, it is. Baltic out there. Look at the size of this one coming in. Let's go and have another quick look. Look at this. That could be the biggest yet. It's going to be fun more than anything, isn't it? You might get a little bit wet. Isn't it beautiful? What do you think, mate? Hey! Big one coming. That is a big one. That is a big one. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no. Are we going to get wet? Wasn't that bad, actually. Imagine what it was like on high tide. So anyway, yeah, we've drove along the coast on the way and it is chaos everywhere. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
What's going on here? That is... Oh my god. Well, as I say, I'm just going to put one rod in and fling it in. It's going to get snagged and blown about, but I'm going to get out and navigate. You just never know, do you? Last time I fished here, I've had cod from here, huss, everything. But yeah, everybody's looking at me weird now, like I'm a storm chaser because I've got my microphone on and filming. But oh, it's a seal! It's a seal in the middle of the shot there. See him? See if I can get him. Oh no, the seal's going to get wiped out. Ah! Oh, look at him. Hey, he's just basking away. Anyway, should we get back here tonight, yeah, and have a go? Well, here I am. I've not got the rod set up yet. It's about 2 hours before and I thought it might have calmed down a bit. Let me get my torch on. It's not calmed down. God, I ain't used this torch for about 4 or 5 months. I've done no fishing at night. There's got to be some fish out there, don't there? I've got a little man in there. He's doing us a drawing, a YouTube drawing, ain't you, mate? I think I can see a like and subscribe in there somewhere. But anyway, I'm here. That rod's going to be set up now. I've hardly got any bait. I thought I had more bait than I did. I've got 1 pack of squid, which I picked up from Roast Tackle and Bait. I thought I had more in the fridge, but I haven't. So I've got 7 squid. 7 casts though, isn't it? 20 minutes a cast, what's that? Little John's just gone, that ain't going to be enough. Well, I'm hoping it is. We got 7 chances of a fish. If we get crabbed or doggied out, then it's all over in it. That's a bite might be popping over. Might. But I'm here at Llandudno because it's the only place I can think of that's safe to fish. There's massive swells. They're absolutely huge, like bloody 8 and 10 foot swells out there. And obviously I've got my little man. He's in the car under a blanket. There's no swell that can get up here. I'm about 20, 30 foot above the water, so it was the only place. And there's like 60-mile-an-hour winds all along the coast. I had a walk along the coast earlier and it was absolutely smashing in everywhere. And it still is now, but here we're behind the Great Orme, the biggest rock in probably the older North Wales. And you can see, look, the rod tip it's just not moving. There's no wind here. And as soon as you go like halfway across the pier or around this corner, it is literally blowing you over. But at the moment, there's no wind here, so it's a good spot to fish on a southwesterly or a westerly wind because you're covered by the arm. So you can always come here unless it's a northerly blowing in your face, you're done then. It's rough when it's a northerly. I've been blew over the other side of this car park. But when it's this type of winds here, it don't matter if the wind's 100 mile an hour, it doesn't affect you. So I'm going to get a rig on. I've just brought one rod, one of my old Pen Prevails. I didn't want to lean one of my new ones up the wall. And with a swell, I was thinking it might go over the wall. There's a chance we could lose a rod here. So I was thinking, you know, I'll bring one of them. It's a bit scratched and battered, it'll do the job. But there's plenty of fish around here. I caught my first ever cod from here, my first ever us from here. I've had bass from here, I've had everything from here, to be honest. Some good congers here too. But I don't know if that swell's going to be a bit much for a 6-ounce gripper. We'll soon find out, won't we? Right, I'm talking too much. As usual. Oh god, it looks like rain now. It's gone black. It's gone blacker than a black thing. Yeah, it's gone black. Oh god. Right, get the rod in and see if it holds. I might just be completely and utterly wiped out. How's that picture going, mate? What does it say? Like and subscribe to GKJ Fishing! I'm here with my best little pal in the world. So I don't know what you can see because it's a bit dark. And Little John's got one of my lights, but I've got a squid here. I'm going to slip that down the baiting needle. I'll show you how I'll prepare my squid now. I'm starting to think out there, is this even worth it? But I'm here and I'm having a go. The wind has turned a little bit. I'll just go over my squid quickly just to keep the tentacle in with the body, if you know what I mean. Just to keep it all together. I'll show you, I'll bite it up in a minute. And you'll see now, when I come to the end here, you know, the last couple of mil of the tail, I'll put absolutely loads and loads and loads of wrap around there, and you'll see exactly why when I put it on the hook in a minute. I like to make a really firm piece around the end 10 mil of the squid. Absolutely loads, and you'll see why in a minute. So I effectively make that into a dongle. So now I've got my squid. Everything's blowing and moving a little bit. This is a bit unorthodox. What I'll do is I'll put the one hook there, like that. Concentrate the wrap around the eye of the hook. I don't know what you can actually see here, to be honest, because the lighting is a little bit sketchy, to say the least. So that goes round there, round the eye, so that hook can now not turn. And here, a bit further down, a little size 1 circle hook, and I give that a few wraps like that, and then that goes through that top bit of the squid with all the bait elastic on. I'll show you now, and it effectively makes a dongle rig. So if they grab it and they get there, that'll spin and go in while having the hook still there. So that is how I'm going to be baiting all my squid from now. I would have liked to have used the innards from another squid to put on, like when I made them super squids, but I've only got 6 squid, so we got 6 casts. So I'm going to chuck 6 of them in and see what happens. I'll show you when I chuck it in now, because it could just get wiped straight out, and it's a snaggy mark, but there's always a chance of picking something up from here when it's wild like this. So let's get that bait in. That is absolutely perfect. So that bait's clipped down on about a 2.5 foot pulley, 2.5 foot. I don't like it too long here. Onto a 7-ounce grip, and I'm unsure what's going to happen here, to be honest. If you want the absolute truth, this might not work today. It might not. We'll give it a go, because that is one of the biggest swells I've seen on this wall. You're not got to go overly far here. We'll just see what happens now. The first thing I'm going to do is set the clutch before I start tightening anything. And we're going to put this in the spot. There's looking like a good spot. And we'll just see what happens. We'll tighten up into that. The clutch is set. It is quite a thin braid, so it shouldn't be getting too much resistance. You know, that's fishing. That's at a good distance, and that's fishing. Considering the size of them swells now, I was expecting that rod to be bouncing all over the place. As long as there's no weed about, we'll be all right here for the afternoon, for the next hour or two, or the next 6 casts anyway. Yeah, they are big swells, but that's handling its own there. Don't think the rod's going to go in. I will set the clutch a little bit looser. That is fishing. We're fishing in 60-mile-an-hour winds across the coast and massive swells. But as I say, I'd only fish this place because there's nowhere I wouldn't want to be on a rock mark or on a harbour if I was close to the water or anything. I'm here because I know it's pretty much safe. You know, the only way something could happen here is if I got on that wall and jumped over. So it's as safe as anything. And with the wind, yeah, it's a safe mark. Come on then, let's see if we can get a fish, eh? Oh, while you're there, subscribe. Been fishing about 10 minutes now. I'm surprised that's holding the way it is. Unless it's in a snag, then that would explain. But it is fishing. Just wondering if the fish will be here in this swell. Is it too much for them? Will they push out? It has been a pretty big swell. It looks bigger now than it did earlier, to be honest. Everywhere is wild. The only reason it probably seems a bit calmer here is because they're out the wind. Like 200 yards each way and you can hardly stand up. It's nice to get a bit of a bite going on soon. And the camera's moving about because I've strapped it to the back of the car with a cable tie in case little John knocks it, but he's moving around in the car now and you can probably see it bumping about, but it's real, that's how it is. You keep still in there, you. He's getting his head down, he's took his shoes off, he's wrapped up in his blanket and he's getting his head down. I'm going to get another 10 minutes and we'll change it, but that leaves me with 5 squid after that one then. So we'll just have to see what happens. I reckon if I do 6 squid, 20 minutes, I cast, I'm here for 2 hours. That one's been in 10 minutes, so I'll give it another 10 minutes and check it. And then it'll be 5 squid remaining. Can we get a fish? Right, this is the second squid. Gonna check this bait now. Well, no snag, that's good. It's been probably about half an hour. I've just been talking to a lovely guy who follows the channel. So I haven't changed it or done anything yet. It's been about half hour. I'd like to say I haven't had a bite, but with these swells you can't tell because the rod's just bouncing everywhere anyway, so I could have had a bite and not realised. It's really hard to tell. We'll see what's going on now. I've not had a definite whack anyway, but it looks like there could have been a few things picked at it and that. I'm hoping the bait's gone and I ain't been fishing because that makes it a bit better, doesn't it? It means that there's a chance. Yeah, the bait has completely gone. It's been crabbed. So that means now I've got to change baits every 10 minutes. I've only got 5 or 6 squid left, so I've got about an hour. We can do this. The next bait is ready. I've got 4 left after this. I had 5 left, I've got 4, so I only had 6 in the pack. Circle hook on the top, like a dongle, clip down. So we got this and 4 more to get a fish. Now that's what you call up against it, but to be fair, the way it's looking, I don't think I'd be staying much longer than forecasts anyway. That's the truth. Forecast is enough, 4 more after this anyway. Now I'm going to get some food. What do you think, little man? Kebab? McDonald's? Not McDonald's. Okay, well I'm going to get some good food after this.
Not the chip shop again.
Not the chip shop again? What do you mean again? Well, let's see how this looks out there. Let's have a look. Right, it's out there, that's for sure. Put it in that brick. I'm worried I'm going to lose a rod. I'd be gutted if I lost this, but it is my older rod now. But if it goes, doesn't it? It's as simple as that. If it goes, it goes. Right, tighten up into that. Right, that's it. I've got the eye up against the wall there, so that's a bit of cover. And the clutch is set, so come on, fishy. Fishy, fishy. Anyway, how's your picture done yet? Yeah. Shall I have a look at your picture? So what they've got to do, mate, like and subscribe to GKJ Fishing. You're having a right little party in there, aren't you? 4 more casts after this, okay? And then we're going for the biggest... What?
5.
It's the 5 with this one, and then we go in for some really good food somewhere. I don't know what, but we're having the best. Not McDonald's. Not the chip shop. Kebab? Deal? Kebab? Let's do it. I'll tell you what, people, it ain't half ferocious down there. You just got no chance, have you? I don't even know if the fish will be in there or if they'll be pushed out further to sea. But it is absolutely ferocious. Now, when it's like this, you should not be fishing off rocks or anything like that. I know everybody's safe anyway, but you do get the odd few that would go out in a storm and fish off a rock mark or something. And look at that, you could just be so easily washed off, couldn't you? Anyway, come on, fishy. Come on, fishy, wishy, wishy. I think I just had the first bite, but I can't be sure. It was like a couple of little slow taps and pulls, but as I say, with what's going on out there, it is impossible to tell. Unless you get a proper defiant bang, bang, you won't know. But yeah, I've fished here. This is probably where I've spent most of my time sea fishing. And I've caught everything from good congers, big bullhuss, bass, cod, billions of doggies. When the whiting are here, oh God, you can't get away from them. I've had wrasse from here, pollock, absolutely anything, and I've seen loads of good fish caught from it. Really can throw anything up. I don't know if it's going to throw anything up tonight because I've got it in my head that the fish could be out at sea. They're not going to want to be in this washing machine here. But there's always a chance, isn't there? Because I wanted to fish tonight. Little John wanted to get out instead of just sitting in the caravan. There's not much else we can do because the weather's bad. Could have went and sat down and had some food or something, but we're not like the, you know, we're not that type. We're going to sit and have a meal, order this. We're more of like, you know, we'll sit in the caravan, tie rigs, and we'll get out and do something. And it was like, come on, Dad, where can we go? I was like, the only place we can go is Llandudno Wall. I'll get you a blanket in the back of the car. We can go and chuck a rod in. He was like, yeah, let's do that. So we thought we'd come here and just give it a go. Just absolutely give it a go. And I'd like to say also, thanks for everybody. Looking at going on the East Coast, like Alderness and Whitby and the River Humber and that. A few of you have emailed. I've actually not replied to a couple yet because today's been chaotic. I am going to get back, and thanks for sharing some marks with me. I'm looking at coming over and fishing the low tide, then an high tide, stopping the night, then fishing the next tide, and then, you know, I'm coming over to fish 2 or 3 different tides when I do it if I'm coming over there. I'm going to try and do it once every couple of weeks, get over there. So I'm really itching to get them cod. Really itching. Let's have a look what's going on here. That bite, if it was a bite, it's not developed. That feels heavy, but it's not a fish. Oh, it's just gone light. Could have been a lobster or a crab, that. Could have been a lobster or a crab, yeah. Keep still in there, mate. She's going to knock that light over. It feels heavy. It feels heavier than the last one I brought in, but there's no fish. Oh, it's just gone light again. Could just be the swell. But I don't want you by this edge, okay, mate? I don't want you leaning over or anything, okay?
Okay,
Yeah, you no leaning over or nothing here, okay? Right, there's nothing on it. Let's have a look. And that's what the weight was.
What?
The squid has been absolutely demolished again, quick time. And the weight was weed. Right, 4 casts remaining. Then it's kebab time. It's not the end of the world when the 4 baits go. It's kebab time.
It is.
The wind has changed. It did say it was going to change more to a sort of heading towards a northerly, a northwesterly, but it didn't say. No, it said about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's only about 8:30 at night. It seems to be changing, which is the absolute worst thing ever for fishing here, because it was going that way behind the rock. Now it's slowly turning around. It's going to start coming that way, which means the swell will get bigger, and it means this I'll just get blown all over the place. Yeah, you can tell it's changing. It's picking up. No, that is not what I wanted. I've only got a couple of casts left anyway, but that is not what I wanted. I need to steal a fish from here. I'll tell you what though, it is nice here because I'm only about 10 minutes from the caravan where we're going back to. And we're going to grab a nice kebab. With the cars there's only one rod out that can just be thrown in. So You know, from in 15 minutes from seeing this clip, I could be sat there, nice and warm, eating a kebab. So it's not all bad, is it? And it was good to get out. I'm saying it like it's all over and I'm leaving. I'm not. There's still a couple of casts left, but it's not looking overly promising if you want the absolute truth. But we'll fish on, eh? You alright, little man? Anything you want to say?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, yeah. I think we're going to catch a fish.
Maybe.
Tell the truth. Do you think we're going to catch a fish?
Maybe.
If you want the
Probably
truth from me, probably not.
Probably
I think the
not.
fish will be out of all this swell and all this stuff, but I do think if there's a bite in the water, there's a chance, isn't there?
You're holding it like BBC.
BBC. Is that what you say?
You're holding it like BBC.
It's GKJ Fishing reporting Stormy, you know. It's horrendous here in Llandudno. Tourists flying everywhere from the sky. John's right. Right, I'll bring you back if anything happens. Tap, tap, tap. Subscribe! Well, this one's coming in now, and little John has just made a really good point. He's just said, Dad, the pier shuts, doesn't it, on a night? I was like, yeah, it shuts. He's like, so why is all that light on? Why are we wasting all that energy and all that money? He's got a point, because the pier gets locked and there's a security guard at the end, so it doesn't need to be lit up for anybody now. Nobody can go on it. That's a lot of electric, that. Imagine that every night all through winter. He's right, you know. Llandudno Council, you can save a fortune if you listen to little John. Maybe spend the money on filling all them potholes instead of lighting up your pier for nobody to walk on. It's right, isn't it? It's right. So if anybody knows anybody from Llandudno who's in charge of this, tell them to sort it out. Stop spending however much amount on all the lighting. Fix all these potholes that keep smashing up my ball joints and linkage and stuff. Right, what's happening here? Oh, look, what we got here. I'm getting absolutely, well, I'm not even in front of the camera. I am getting absolutely destroyed here. The baits are being crabbed and mangled up within seconds. There's weed, there's not been a proper bite. I feel like going, little man, but I'm gonna persevere, get a new bait on, cast again, because sometimes that fish will just turn up, won't it? We can all have these growlers and all of a sudden, bang, the rod's over and you got yourself a nice cod or a big bullus or something. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Well, I don't think you'll catch a cod yet. Not from here anyway. They very rarely show up here, even though I have had them from here. But you just never know, do you? I think I've got a bite. It is hard to tell with this swell, it really is, but it did look like a bite, that one. It was like, with the swells, it's like up and down slow. There was taps and stuff then. It's just so hard to tell. Especially when the wind's changing like this now. God, that sea is so moody. It's dangerously beautiful, isn't it? Wow. Could be because the wind's changing as well, because the line's like blowing up and down, but it definitely did look like a bite. It really, really did. Ooh, could we make it happen? Can we make it happen? That's the question.
Maybe.
Little John has just shouted maybe.
Never know.
You never know, mate. That's right. He just said you never know.
What's that finger on?
Oh, it did look like a bite, that did, though. It really, genuinely looked like a bite.
I saw it.
You seen it, yeah?
It was like this.
Yeah, it was. It was tapping and banging. I'll take a doggy now. Started to think, though, I don't know what you viewers think, you fishermen and fisher ladies and fisher anything else, what you want to identify as. Do you think that when it's this rough in the side that the fish will push out? I know we've done this on my podcast at Bluefin with quite a few experienced anglers, and they're saying the fish do push out when it's too rough. But it's nice and deep here. Will there be fish there? Or will they push out? I don't know. Maybe it's just that bit too much for them, so they've pushed out for a bit of safety. Oh, it's starting to rain now as well. Let's have a look at that bait anyway. It's been in 10 or 15. Okay, that's got weight to it again, but it could be weed. Or a crab, yeah, mate. Or a lobster. Well, you stay by me, don't be leaning by that wall, okay? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It does feel like it's got a bit of weight to it. One sec, matey. Yeah. It is cool, innit? Sometimes though, a little bit of weed when you're in a deep swell like that can feel like a fish. Pretty certain this isn't a fish, by the way, but you just never know, do you? Oh, it's just gone really light again. Whatever it was, it's pinged off. Whoa, we could get wet here. Our baits are getting mangled instantly. What do you reckon, mate? Should we come and have a chat to the camera? Yeah, come here, come on. What do you think? What should we do? What do you think? We stick it out or should we go?
One more.
One more cast?
Yeah, one more.
Well, passing me the microphone back, little John cut the microphone off there. He knocked the power button and we lost sound for the rest of the video. I was talking to a microphone with no receiver picking any sound up. But anyway, I did have another 2 casts after this. We did use the last couple of squid up. One had a little bit of a tappy bite, but it was just weed and crabs. But we had the best time. We sat in the back of the car for half an hour having a laugh, and we did get that big kebab. So until next time, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.